I'm Margaret Chen, 78 years old. When my son died in a car accident, his wife Nicole told us she had stage 4 cancer and needed $500,000 for experimental treatment. My husband and I sold our retirement home to save her life. Then I saw Nicole at a luxury spa getting cosmetic treatments. She was never sick. She faked cancer to steal our life savings. She thought a grieving elderly woman wouldn't discover the truth. But I spent 30 years as a hospital administrator who reviewed medical records daily. This is how I exposed her fraud and sent her to prison. Subscribe now. Hit that bell so you never miss stories like this. I'm Margaret Chen, 78 years old, married to David for 52 years. We had one son, Michael, who died 18 months ago in a car accident at age 46. Michael left behind his wife Nicole and their 2 children, Emma and Lucas. After Michael's funeral, Nicole came to us crying. "Mom, Dad, I have terrible news. I've been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The doctors say I have 6 months without treatment. We were devastated. First Michael, now Nicole. Our grandchildren would be orphans. There's experimental treatment in Switzerland," Nicole said through tears. "It costs $500,000, not covered by insurance. If I don't get it soon, I'll die before the kids finish school." David and I didn't hesitate. We owned our home outright, worth $600,000. We'd planned to live there through retirement. But family comes first. "We'll sell the house," I told Nicole. "We'll get you that treatment." We sold our home in 3 weeks. It broke our hearts leaving the house where we'd raised Michael, but saving Nicole's life mattered more. We moved into a small apartment and gave Nicole the $500,000. "Thank you so much," Nicole sobbed. "You're saving my life." I leave for Switzerland next week. 2 weeks later, I went to the pharmacy to pick up my blood pressure medication. While waiting, I saw Nicole walk into the luxury spa next door. I was confused. Shouldn't she be in Switzerland? I walked over and looked through the spa window. Nicole was laughing with staff, booking facial treatments and massage packages. She looked perfectly healthy, glowing even. Something was very wrong. I didn't confront her. Instead, I went home and thought about what I'd seen. If Nicole really had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, she'd be weak, losing weight, showing symptoms. But she looked healthier than ever. That night, I called Michael's best friend Tom, who worked as a nurse. "Tom, if someone had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, what would they look like?" "Margaret, they'd be very sick. Weight loss, jaundice, pain, fatigue. Why do you ask?" "Just wondering." But I knew. Nicole was lying about the cancer. The next morning, I called Nicole. "Honey, how was your first day of treatment in Switzerland?" "Oh, it was hard, very intense. But the doctors are hopeful." She was lying. I'd seen her at the spa yesterday. She was never in Switzerland. I made an appointment with Nicole's supposed oncologist, Dr. Harrison, whose name she'd given us. I told his office I was Nicole's mother-in-law and needed to discuss her treatment. The receptionist looked confused. "I'm sorry, we don't have a patient named Nicole Chen." "Are you sure?" She said Dr. Harrison diagnosed her stage 4 pancreatic cancer. "Ma'am, we have no record of anyone by that name." Nicole had invented the entire diagnosis. I spent the next week investigating. I called the hospital where Nicole claimed she'd been diagnosed. No records. I called the Swiss clinic where she supposedly went for treatment. They'd never heard of her. Nicole had fabricated terminal cancer to steal $500,000 from her grieving in-laws. But I needed proof that would hold up in court. Before I retired, I spent 30 years as a hospital administrator. I knew how to obtain medical records legally through patient authorization forms. I called Nicole. "Honey, David and I want to set up a trust fund for Emma and Lucas in case anything happens to you. Our lawyer needs copies of your medical records to process the insurance paperwork. Can you sign this authorization?" "Of course," Nicole said sweetly. She signed the form. I submitted it to every hospital in our area. Every single one came back the same. No records for Nicole Chen, no cancer diagnosis, no treatment. Nicole had never been sick a day in her life. I took everything to our attorney, Richard. "Richard, Nicole lied about having cancer. She stole $500,000 from us." Richard examined the evidence. "Margaret, this is fraud, criminal fraud. We need to report this to the police." We filed a police report. Detectives investigated and found that Nicole had spent the money on luxury items, vacations, designer clothes, and a new sports car. She'd posted photos on social media showing her recovery journey while living a lavish lifestyle funded by our retirement savings. The police arrested Nicole at her home. Emma and Lucas were at school, thank God. Nicole Chen, you're under arrest for wire fraud, theft by deception, and elder financial abuse. Nicole's face went white. This is a misunderstanding. I was sick. Ma'am, we have medical records showing you were never diagnosed with cancer. You fabricated the illness to steal money from your in-laws. At the police station, Nicole finally broke down. I needed money. Michael's life insurance wasn't enough. I knew Margaret and David had money in their house. So you faked terminal cancer? I thought they'd never find out. Margaret's old. I didn't think she'd investigate. That's what she'd counted on. A grieving elderly widow too devastated to question her dying daughter-in-law. But I wasn't just any elderly widow. I was a hospital administrator with 30 years of experience reviewing medical records. I knew exactly how to verify medical claims. Nicole's trial happened 6 months later. The prosecution presented devastating evidence. Medical records proving Nicole never had cancer. Bank statements showing she'd spent our money on luxuries. Social media posts where she bragged about her new life after Michael's death. Text messages to friends joking about playing the cancer card. Mrs. Chen, the prosecutor asked Nicole, "Did you tell your in-laws you had terminal cancer?" "Yes, but I was desperate." "Did you have cancer?" Silence. "Mrs. Chen, did you have cancer?" "No." "So you lied about dying to steal $500,000 from your husband's grieving parents, forcing them to sell their retirement home?" "Yes." The jury convicted her on all charges. The judge was furious. "Ms. Chen, you faked terminal cancer to rob your elderly in-laws of their retirement security. You exploited their grief over their son's death. You are a danger to vulnerable people. I sentence you to 8 years in state prison and order you to repay $500,000 in restitution." Nicole sobbed, but I felt no sympathy. She'd stolen our home, our security, our trust. She deserved every day of that sentence. The court awarded us custody of Emma and Lucas. They're now 13 and 11, living with us in our small apartment. It's crowded, but we make it work. "Grandma," Emma asked me recently, "why did Mom do this?" "Because she made bad choices, sweetheart. She thought being selfish was easier than being honest." Are you mad at her? I'm disappointed, but I'm grateful I caught her before she hurt anyone else. Nicole is now 3 years into her 8-year sentence. She'll be 50 when she's released. Emma and Lucas visit her occasionally, but they call me Mom now. They know what she did. We never got our retirement home back. It was sold to a young family who loves it. But we have our grandchildren, our integrity, and the satisfaction of stopping a con artist who thought age meant weakness. I'm 78 years old. I'm a widow who lost her only son. I'm a retired hospital administrator who knows how to read medical records. And I'm a grandmother who protected her family from someone who faked cancer for money. Nicole thought my age and grief made me an easy target. She learned that 30 years of hospital administration means I know exactly how to verify medical claims. You don't con a hospital administrator about cancer. We wrote the policies that catch people like her. The end.